Hi there, I'm Dani Henderson. Welcome back to my beautiful channel. This channel is disclosure on every single system on your entire planet. Everything that needs to be disclosed regards on and off planet, shenanigans happening that the governments and militaries are aware of, but they're not telling us. Don't worry, I've got it handled here on this planet for you, and also very much on this channel and at our beautiful conference. Our conference is Galactic Spiritual Informers.com. Best speakers in the world, contactees, abductees, technologists. It's just absolutely amazing. But today I want to give you a roundup on what's actually going to be coming up on my small but mighty channel and what I'm excited to share with you, but you can come back here and listen to and watch. So this week we have George Lewis. A lot of you love him, George H. Lewis. He's such a wonderfully well-spoken, literate, poetic voice, and he's very light and healing, and he has a huge body of knowledge on astronomy, astrology, and so we'll be having our monthly chat on what's happening in the month of June in terms of star heavenly bodies. A lot of you are into astrology, so we like to bring everything we can on this channel, but also George and I always get into all kinds of tomfoolery and humdickery and conversations on what's going on everywhere on the planet. So that's George Lewis. We also have the great, the one and only, the scientific Dr. Manjir Samantha Lawton. There's a lot of focus right now on black holes. What are they? Who made them? Do they really suck everything in? Are they points of creation? Well, my beautiful friend that I've known for since like 2004, I think, Dr. Manjir Samantha Lawton, she's going to come back on my channel. She's going to do a presentation on what her black hole research called the black hole principle is, what it does. And I saw her at the Alternative View conference. Those of you in England, I do invite you to connect to that conference, that group of people there. I went, it was great. The Alternative View conferences. And I saw her there again last week. I went to see her particularly and stayed the weekend. It was in Milton Keynes. It was so much fun. But she did a beautiful presentation saying things like even finding oil in black holes on Titan, the moon, one of Jupiter's moons. Now, again, on this channel, we do really come to the point, and nobody listens to NASA anymore as the #1 authority on space, the universe, rocket launches. No one listens because you guys are so smart. You realize you've been lied to your whole lives, as I have. We're not standing for that tum-twattery anymore, and we're finding other sources such as this channel and different conferences. Now, Manjir Samantha Lawton, again, will be here to report on her black hole principle. I invite you to look her up, and also I invite you to look at her movement, which is called Punk Science. There's a film coming out later this year. I'm in it. We actually shot my footage back in 2011. It was a long time ago. She's got Lynn McTaggart there. She's got Joe Dispenza there. She's got other speakers that came from, do you remember the first movie that started such a quantum movement in people and spirituality? It was called What the Bleep Do We Know? That was one of the very first kind of really awakening films. Don't forget, though, as we're going through the list and as I'm sharing with you, we got to remember that spirituality was hijacked. It became another plug-in program in the matrix that we reside in. I was saying to someone the other day, I've never even bothered to read, to go into when someone says, is it a red pill or blue pill? As soon as I saw that, and I felt this repulsion frequency in my body, so I don't bother. And I'm not ignorant. I made a choice. I don't care. I don't care because I'm not playing. And then my friend Sheila, who always sets me straight, she went, well, you are playing. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't care if it's red or it's blue. She's like, yeah, but you're still in the matrix. You're still having a thought of, okay. And that's so annoying. I understand that. It's so triggering. Everything can be so triggering. When we're on this journey of discovery, self-ascension, self-awareness, the raising of her beautiful consciousness, Mother Gaia, planet Earth, Pachamama, planet Ki, whatever you want to call this body that we live on, we reside with, it's so triggering in this time of growth. We're so irritated by people, what they say. I can't tell you how many people hate my face. But anyway, all I have to do is, I don't know, go into a room and people start throwing eggs. You know, there are just some of us that are activators. We activate people and we don't mean to, we just do. All I have to do is like, hi. That's it. Oh my God. But anyway, but you know, other people trigger me, and we're at a stage now where so many people believe so many different things. I cannot believe the nonsense people believe. I cannot believe the things that people choose to believe with no authority, no research, no thinking. They just believe what they're told. So and so did this, did they, or hate them. You know, it's pathetic. But listen, we're at a stage now where we've been forced to look here. We've been forced to feel our feelings. We've been forced to recognize we've all got to take responsibility for ourselves. We've got to take responsibility for our actions to others. It doesn't matter why you fell out with someone. It matters that you look at your part in that falling out. And if you're going to be all righteous and all on yourself and then tell a friend, and the friend's always going to support you, that's what friends do. If you can't be honest and take a look at you, all you do is slow down your own ascension. You know, I walk my talk, I really do. And that's why I'm sharing that with you. So you yourself can also look at, like, where do you have to take responsibility? What's your part in something? And it's so hard to believe all these people out there, and people like me too, as a real true contactee, paranormal expert, somewhat of an expert, and definitely understanding the spiritual hijacking, the whole spiritual revolution, because the neptards that knew about what was going to happen at this stage in this spiritual galactic war that we are in, it's not fantasy, that's not La La Land, we're in it, we know it, they know it too. The deletes that put themselves in positions who are now being smashed down. It's great to see. Fauci's on the block next, watch out for that. And also, let's not forget the hip hop, the whole hip hop movement. And don't forget too that gangster rap was something that was weaponized so that we keep the prisons full, mostly of beautiful Black African American men, a very targeted population. So the big fat slugs of industry that the mostly, you know, fat, white, wealthy, extraordinarily wealthy men who own the prisons around the world, you know, the fuller the prison, the more money they make. Trust me, all of that is coming out. It is all being revealed. I mean, it's old news to a lot of you who've been really paying attention to your world at large. But a lot of you, it's really shocking new information, and it's all right. It's going to be all right. Some of the stuff is really, 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 really hard to look at. Like some of the people I've got coming on, it's really hard to hear the stories, but they're coming on anyway. One such person is the one and only Rachel Vaughan. She's coming back on my channel. Now, Rachel is our Australian lady who was born into a satanic elite murdering family. And I had her on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and we invited you, the viewers, to write questions under the comment section. So when I interview her in a few days, we're going to go back to that broadcast and take a look at those questions, and then we're going to answer as many as we can. It is very hard to hear Rachel's story because you can't imagine that people live and do the things they do to our little ones, but they do. It is a reality. But I'm also going to have on my channel soon Jeanette Archer. She's the English whistleblowing, stood at Windsor Castle screaming into a microphone. So there are people in Britain. In Britain, we're very programmed, we're very schooled, we're very groomed to accept the authority and accept the royal family as if 'twas our own, you know. I mean, you know, it upsets a lot of British people, and really, you know, that's up to you. And whatever we want to get upset about, we got to be okay with it. We got to take responsibility. Why are you triggered? Why are you upset? At this stage, for me, every system of authority, every single one, science, education, governments, military, religion, all of them should be under the microscope and, you know, taken into account. Taken into jail, a lot of the leaders at the top, and a lot of you are you have the capacity to accept, you have the love for you and the love for your brothers and your sisters to know that their time is up and their bad behaviors are up. Rachel Vaughan coming soon, and Jeanette Archer also coming soon. We also have the great Christian. He's known as Starseeds and Patriots Down Under. He is a representative of the Australian people and his own kind of galactic experiences. He's going to come and share a couple with you. And, you know, his channel is building. And, you know, I'm all about supporting and helping people, supporting and helping their channels. I wish somebody would do that for me. Over here. Oh, by the way, thank you for subscribing. You know, pretty much every single day, week, there's hundreds and hundreds at the back office twats they take. And you guys keep saying, I've been unsubscribed. It's not me, my love. It's not me. It's the boob tube police and bullies because of the wonderful quality people I bring on my channel. You know, they mess around in the back office because that's what they're paid to do. And the robots, of course, they have their algorithms. So, but anyway, it's all right. I thank you for subscribing. I welcome you to subscribe. And you know, there's so much more great information coming on this beautiful channel that I'm very grateful for. Also coming up soon is the great Sandy Sedgbeer. She has what's called the No BS Book Club. Those of you looking for good books, a good book club. Sandy, her channel isn't massive, but she has really good quality people. It's the No BS Book Club, and her name is Sandy Sedgbeer. So you should be able to look her up with that information there. We also have, I am beyond thrilled, the Gsic men. Now, what are the Gsic men? What does that mean? Gsic stands for Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection. That is our beautiful conference, our global conference where you come from all over the world and you hear uncensored disclosure. You get to try out technology, some of which has been kept from humanity. But at our conference, Galactic Spiritual Informers, you get to see it all of it. Everything we can show, everything we can talk about, it's all there. You will find Space Command, Space Force, the odd CIA, FBI, you know, twantery there in the audience. They have to come, of course. I've got a report to, yes, sir, on Monday morning. I do love to dig at them and their nonsense. There'll be so many beautiful people, starseeds, people that love truth, people who are ascending. It's on September 27, 28, 29. But I'll put the details of the conference underneath. I want to get back a little bit here to who else is coming on my beautiful channel. So you need to subscribe and come back and visit and play with me. So Rachel Vaughan, Sandy Sedgbeer, the Roundtable that for the Gsic men. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Alex Collier is coming for the hangout. Don't we just love a bit of Alex Collier? I love that man so much. Our Andromedan Galactic Informer. He's not going to speak this year because he did retire, but he's still going to come for the whole 3 days. So you get to hang out with him, sit with him, talk to him, take pictures with him. This beautiful, giant, beautiful energy of a man, this great knight of Earth. He'll be there. And so the men are, it's Jerry Wills. Hi, Jerry. Hanging out till 1 in the morning on the phone with him yesterday. Jerry Wills, somebody who I haven't quite mentioned on my channel yet, but you'll see on Saturday. He's a secret. Tony Rodriguez, Jean-Charles Moyen, Dr. Michael Sala, Dan Winter, the physicist, Dan Willis, the frill energy creator, crystal creator. La 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 la. Tony Rodriguez, Michael Sala, Dan Winter, Dan Willis, Jean-Charles, Jerry Wells, Alex Collier hanging out. I'm sorry if I've forgotten anybody else, but isn't that just so exciting? So they're going to sit, these great knights of Earth, they're going to sit on a round table with me, and they're going to share a little bit of what they're going to be telling you at the Great Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection Conference, September 27, 28, and 29. Later on in the month, I also have the great Robert Kinder. He is so fascinating. I met him through Jerry Wells, who promoted him on his Facebook. And Robert Kildare is one of these great explorers, you know, like Brad Olsen. I love me Brad Olsen too. Robert Kildare has like you know, foot molds of various sized, let's call them Yetis, Bigfoot, the abominable snowman, Sasquatch, and he explores and he reads hieroglyphs and he knows how to track and goes into really extraordinary places. So he's coming on my channel too soon, Robert Kildare. And I also at some point will have the beautiful Kathy O'Brien back, Jeanette Archer, Gloria Masters, and Rachel Vaughan. That is a very, very, very big explosion there, because all of those women in those countries have revealed to the world in their country the massacre of our little ones, the ritualizing, the ritual processes, the dark satanic forces that actually do exist, whether you can handle it or not. It's been going on for a long time, but the takedown is in everyone's face, and it's so wonderful. We're hearing more about it now because the dark is failing and they're flailing and the beast is dying, really. Now, talking of beasts, there's always people that want to take advantage of good people, right? They do not use coinage in space. If you see someone flogging a coin out there and says, oh, this is the galactic coin, it so isn't. Billy Bob Knob, sit down. You need your medicine, my darling. There is no cash in space. Now, I will tell you one thing that Tony Rodriguez told me. When he was a prisoner enslaved by the military, the American military, when he was on the planetoid or star system of Ceres, Ceres, the Germans from the World War II, some had gone to Ceres because they've been doing space flight for years. You know that, of course. Of course, you do know that. It's real. And when he was on Ceres, the Germans didn't want to call themselves that. They called themselves the Deutsch, and they actually did have their own cash. But remember, that's humans that came from Earth into space. That's not our actual spacefaring brothers and sisters, okay? So anyway, it is a known fact that we don't trade coinage in space. Lots of people flogging absolute nonsense, putting their great energy into it. Oh, it's going to save you. It's going to save you. You know, just be mindful. We all deserve to be loving, to be kind to ourselves, to be mindful. And if you think someone's talking absolute twaddle, they probably are. You know, and if you think I'm talking twaddle, that's fine. That's your absolute right to think that. Your absolute right to think that. It's not true, of course. But anyway, it's your choice to think it. Okay, I think that is all for now. I just wanted to bring you again the exciting updates, such exciting updates. I'm sure I've forgotten something. I can also tell you about my book. My book is Angels, Demons and Aliens. I'm also writing the next one, which is Angels, Demons, Aliens and Ghosts. So more of my own personal physical experiences that are helping so many people realize, oh my God, what they went through was real and true. So Angels, Demons and Aliens is on Amazon. It's me, Dani Henderson. And it is true stories, the aliens I've met, physical aliens, the spirits, the demons, the angels, and they're not all the same thing. And when someone says angels and demons or demons and aliens are the same thing, I guarantee there's a religious programming that doesn't allow them to think, because they have the Bible programming, and God love them and Jesus bless them. And I'm not mocking. I love me a bit of Jesus, and I love the creator energy that we all came from, whatever name you want to give it. But anyway, the second book I'm writing, I am inviting some of you to add a chapter. If you want to share your story with your name, with your email, you can send it in. The email is info@galacticspiritualinformers.com, or just go to galacticspiritualinformers.com, and there's a page there that you can, you know, basically, we need to be sharing our stories more with each other. We need to be putting information into the field. There are a lot of scared people. They don't know what's going on. They're worried about the religious program, and they're worried about aliens invading. The aliens aren't going to invade. They're already here. The monsters are the people running your governments. There's monsters in the royal families. That's where we need to be putting our eyes, not so much in the skies. And if one more silly person says the aliens are a threat. They're an absolute fibber, and shame on them. The aliens have been here for a long time, the good ones. Okay, enough now. Enough of that nonsense. Now, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with my love. I know it's a bit bumpy right now, but it's going to be all right. Let's all come together. Let's all share our information. Let's all stand shoulder to shoulder. Let's all unify together. Let's stop adding, fighting and arguing. And it's just so silly and it's so boring, because right now we're all at the point where we're like, well, there's no side to choose, because you can't rely on that. You got to rely on you. You got to rely on your love for self, your self-respect, your own conscious awakening, and watch what's happening. Watch what's happening. All right. My name is Dani Henderson. Thanks for sharing time with me. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.